Okay, good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the Crestwood School District Board of Education meeting, September 18, 2023. I'm calling the meeting to order at 7:12 p.m. Mr. Secretary, can we get a roll call, please?
Trustee Fawaz?
Here.
Trustee Saba?
Here.
Trustee Williamson?
Here.
Trustee Amon is here. Trustee Berry?
Here.
Trustee Baydoun? Here. Madam President?
Yes.
We're all here.
Thank you.
Pledge allegiance.
Yes. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Dr. Mosalam, are we working on getting the students back in for pledge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just wanted to make sure. Mr. Secretary, can you read the consent agenda, please?
Okay, the consent agenda, recommended action. Recommended action, Board of Education approval is recommended for the items listed on the consent agenda, which include September 18, 2023 board agenda, the minutes from the study session on Monday, August 28, 2023, the minutes from the regular meeting on Monday, August 28, 2023, and the check register dated August 1st through August 31st, 2023.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Amon, supported by trustee Saba, that the Board of Education approval is recommended for the items listed on the consent agenda, which include the September 18, 2023 board agenda, the minutes from the study session on Monday, August 28, 2023, the minutes from the regular meeting on Monday, August 28, 2023, and the check register dated August 1st through August 31st, 2023. Any discussion?
Yes, I have a question. I know that we received an amended version. What was changed in it, Kristen?
I'm gonna tell her.
The amended version of the minutes,
I
trustee Williamson caught that, so he's gonna let you know.
Yeah, one of, the item about was it the BR something contract? It had it down that we all said nay, but we all voted for it.
Oh, okay.
It should have said yes, and
But
it
that's
said
it,
no.
right? Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Business report, Ms. Morgan?
Thank you. Approval of 2023-24 requisitions. The attached list of requisitions are items that buildings or departments would like to purchase for the upcoming needs. The requisitions have gone through all the appropriate approval processes and have been approved by administration for purchase. In addition, there are funds available to make these purchases. Once the requisitions are approved, they will be processed and purchase orders will be sent out.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Saba.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the requisitions as per attachment 4A1.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Saba, supported by trustee Fawaz, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the requisitions as per attachment 4A1. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Number 2, the approval of confirming purchase orders. The attached confirming purchase orders are items that needed to be processed prior to the board approval. The items are staff reimbursements, open POs, site license, maintenance repairs, and other miscellaneous items for the start of the school year.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Saba.
recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approves confirming purchase orders as per attachment 4A2.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Saba, supported by trustee Amon, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the confirming purchase orders as per attachment 4A2. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Number 3, award Cherry Hill General Contractor bid. On July 14th, 2023, Crestwood Administration issued an RFP for the Cherry Hill Remodeling and Addition Project. A mandatory pre-bid meeting was held on August 3rd, 2023, and sealed bids were submitted on August 23rd, 2023. The district received bids from 2 companies for the Cherry Hill project. The Crestwood Administration would like to recommend that Axiom Construction Services Group, LLC, be awarded the Cherry Hill Remodeling and Addition Project. The bid for the project was $8,080,000.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Williamson.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education award Action Construction Services LLC the Cherry Hill Remodeling and Additional Project. See attachments 4A3.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Williamson, supported by trustee Saba, that the Crestwood Board of Education award Axiom Construction Services Group, LLC, the Cherry Hill Remodeling and Addition Project. See attachment 4A3. Any discussion?
Yes, I have a question on that.
Trustee Barry?
Yes, thank you. What was the difference in bids between Axiom and who was the other company?
KEO,
KEO?
yes.
Uh-huh.
It was $100,000 difference. Axiom did come in less than KEO because they had,
Less?
yes, because they had put in their bid a $350,000 contingency, which if there are no change orders to the process, it will not cost us anything, then so the bid would be less than that.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Approval of Great Start Readiness Program, GSRP contract. The Great Start Readiness Program contract is up for renewal. This is an annual contract with Wayne Risa. This program services preschool-age children, providing them with the opportunity to get an earlier start on education. The program is designed to prepare the students for kindergarten, providing structure, social, and emotional support, as well as new opportunities. Crestwood Schools has been allocated 128 half-day slots or 64 full-day slots. The program includes 4 classrooms with morning and afternoon sessions.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Badun.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the attached GSRP contract with Rain Risa for the 23-24 school year per attachment 4A4.
Support.
Recommended action by Trustee Badun, supported by Trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the attached GSRP contract with Wayne Risa for the 2023-2024 school year per attachment 4A4. Any discussion?
You're gonna kill me, but I'm gonna ask.
Nadia?
Are all the slots filled? Did I read that we were pretty close? And
We're
are they
close to
all-
full. I think there's like 5 slots left to fill.
And are they all Crestwood district students?
I can't answer that. I will have to get you that information.
Can you please?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Thank you. Number 5, approval of overnight trip for drama students. The Crestwood High School would like to attend the Michigan Thespian Festival in Lansing, Michigan, December 7th, 2023 through December 9th, 2023. Approximately 20 students of the drama club will depart at approximately 4 p.m. on December 7th and return at approximately 11 p.m. on December 9th.
Madam Chair?
Trustee Fawaz?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the overnight trip to the Michigan Thespian Festival for the Crestwood High School students. See attachment 4A5.
Support.
Recommended action by Trustee Fawaz, supported by Trustee Badun, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the overnight trip to the Michigan Thespian Festival for the Crestwood High School students. See attachment 4A5. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Personnel reports. Thank you, Ms. Morgan.
Thank you.
Dr. Lazar?
Hey, good evening. We will start this evening with our recommendations for instructional appointments. The first is the appointment for an ELA teacher for Crestwood High School, Ms. Lenora Crawford. Ms. Crawford earned her bachelor degree from the University of Michigan. She went on to earn her master's degree in curriculum and technology from the University of Phoenix. She received her administration certificate from Johns Hopkins University. She has 14 years of instructional experience as well as 13 years of administrative experience. She believes in fair and appropriate classroom management by setting clear expectations and enforcing them when needed. She comes to us from the Detroit Public Schools. That one is attachment 5A1. The second is the appointment of a social studies teacher for Crestwood High School, Mr. Devon Eckert. Mr. Eckert earned his bachelor degree in secondary education from Eastern Michigan University. He completed his student teaching at Southgate Anderson High School, where he was able to collaborate with other teachers within the department to plan and deliver engaging lessons. He's very excited to join our team at Crestwood High School. That one is attachment 5A2. And the third instructional appointment for this evening is that of a special education teacher for Riverside Middle School, Mr. Abraham Harajli. Mr. Harajli earned his bachelor degree in biology education and is endorsed in special education, cognitive impairment from Eastern Michigan University. He has 6 years of instructional experience, bless you. He previously taught for Dearborn Public Schools and has decided to return to education from the banking field. That one is attachment 5A3.
Madam
Madam
Chair.
Chair?
Trustee Sabo.
Recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5A1, 5A2, and 5A3, effective pending acceptable criminal background check and other employment documentation as required by law.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Fawaz, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5A1, 5A2, 5A3, effective pending acceptable criminal background check and other employment documentation as required by law. Any discussion?
Yes.
Trustee Sabah.
Dr. Lazar, are any
Yes.
of the potential new team members here?
I don't believe so.
Okay, thank you.
I do have a question.
Nadia?
Mr. Abraham Harajli, was he a Crestwood graduate?
He was, yes.
Yes, that's a very familiar name, and I do want to personally congratulate him because I'm very proud of his accomplishments and where he's gone in life.
I just want to echo off of that. I agree. Mr. Abate and I were just having a conversation of how nice it is to see some of the old students come back, and then you see them in the schools. My kids have substituted, and they actually get joy out of it, and I know that the teachers also get joy out of seeing them, so I think that's nice. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Madam Chair, I think in the last meeting we said she wouldn't have to read everything.
So we can just approve the items through 5B1, but I believe we're taking
We're
6
taking out 6 out,
Yes.
correct.
Yep.
Number 6.
Yep, so the recommendation would be
It'll
1
be
through 5 and
5B1
7 through
through
16.
5B5 and 5B7 through 5B16.
That's correct.
Got it.
Why are we taking that one out?
We
It was a
need to read
misprint,
it.
and they're gonna fix it and then bring it back next time.
That was 6?
Yes.
Should I make the recommendation now, Dr. Lazar, or do you want to read them?
Please do.
All right.
What if we at least read their names, maybe not the
Yeah,
details?
I think that's what we did last
Sure,
time.
okay.
And
our
the
ne-
position, since you're saying.
Yeah.
No problem. Our non-instructional appointments are for custodian for Crestwood High School, Shakipe Zakiri, appointment of a guidance office secretary for Riverside, Tatiana Jordan, appointment of a GSRP associate teacher at the Crestwood Early Childhood Center, Rasha Akil, the appointment of a tuition aide also at the Cherry Hill Crestwood Early Childhood Center, Araceli Al-Abuzi Lopez, appointment of an attendance secretary for Crestwood High School, Ms. Abir Berry, the appointment of a GSRP secretary for Cherry Hill, Nicole Smith, the appointment of a tuition aide for Cherry Hill, Nisreen Slim, the appointment of a lunch monitor at Kinlock, Ms. Fatima El-Turki, the appointment of another lunch monitor at Kinlock, Ms. Amal Jassim, appointment of a third lunch monitor at Kinlock, Sarah Al-Shibani, appointment of a fourth lunch monitor at Kinlock, Layla Haddad, the appointment of a lunch monitor for Highview, Ms. Safa Al-Khatib, the appointment of a second lunch monitor at Highview, Ms. Rochelle Baker, the appointment of a special education paraprofessional at Kinlock, Ms. Reem Al-Zain, and the appointment of head custodian at Hillcrest, and this is a change in classification for him, but because it's a new position, for Mr. Mike Colacelli.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Sabah.
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5B1, 5B2, 5B3, 5B4, 5B5, 5B7, 5B8, 5B9, 5B10, 5B11, 5B12, 5B13, 5B14, 5B15, and 5B16, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks and other employment documentation as required by law.
Support.
Okay, we have I'm sorry, can we just ask the audience to please keep the conversations a little bit low so we can concentrate? I'm sorry, trustee Sabah, recommended action by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Baydoun, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5B1 through 5B6, 5B8 through 5B16, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks and other employment documentation as required by law.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
it's 5B1 through 5B5, 5B7 through 5B16. You said through 6, I'm sorry.
Got it. Okay, So recommended action by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Badun, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the hiring of the candidates named in action items 5B1 through 5B5, 5B7 through 5B16, effective pending acceptable criminal background checks, and other employment documentation as required by law. Any discussion? The only thing I want to say is thank you, because I know these positions are not easy to fill all the time, and I'm happy to see that we're filling the much-needed positions. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Okay. The next recommendation is for a new position of an early childhood aide. In order to meet the needs of supporting SAC and our early childhood programming at the same time, we are in need of a position with an unconventional schedule. Therefore, the proposed position was developed after the review of these needs.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Badun?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the position of early childhood aide, see attachment 5C1.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Badun, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the position of early childhood aide, see attachments 5C1. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, please.
The second is a recommendation for a new tuition lead teacher scale. To assist in the recruitment process, a study of comparable hourly wages for these positions was conducted, and the intention of the proposed scale was to provide hourly rates that were in greater alignment with other preschool programs around the district.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Badun?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the tuition lead teacher pay scale, see attachment 5C2.
Support.
Recommended action by trustee Badun, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the tuition lead teacher pay scale, see attachment 5C2. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
The next action item is for the approval of the winter coaching appointments as they are attached.
Madam Chair,
Trustee Sabah?
I recommend that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the winter coaches for the 2023-2024 school year. See attachment 5D1.
Support.
Recommended action by the Crestwood Board of Education by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Amen, that the Crestwood Board of Education approve the winter coaches for the 2023-2024 school year. See attachment 5D1. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, student and special services report. There isn't one. And we have the superintendent's report. There isn't one.
There is one.
Okay.
It's quick. Good afternoon, good evening, Madam President, good evening, board, good evening, community. So we have no action items, but we have two informational items. So first informational, superintendent's message is board policy first reading of phase 2, 6,000 to 9,000. The Board of Education and the Crestwood administrators reviewed board policy 6,000 to 9,000, phase 2 on July 31 and August 28th. This is the first reading of phase 2 of policy 6,000 to 9,000 as presented in 7B1A and 7B1B. This will be the first reading of the last set of policies that will go to vote in the two board meetings from now. So today is the first reading, which you received for review.
Yes.
Next board meeting will be our second reading. As long as there's no changes after that, it will go to board vote in the third meeting.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Congratulations to Charger Robotics girls. They competed in one all-girl robotics tournament Sunday, September 10th. I know Mr. Mayor Bias is in the back over there, but I don't know who else is with you that was part of this. So thank you, Mr. Mayor Bias. And I do know that Mr. Mayor Bias and the team, they really pushed this all-girls robotics team, and thank you for getting it off the ground and getting it rolling. So congratulations to Hala Kamaya, Jana Abraham, Noor Abu Alwaya, Reem Kanafer, and Yasmin Abu Alwaya. You know, I just want to say this. There are so many people in this district, so many teachers, so many staff members that they'll come to administration and they'll be like, we want to try this, we want to do this. We tell them, go for it. Just tell us what you need, and I appreciate the work that you all have done, so thank you. Crestwood Community Education Foundation. I know we have some of our board members here. I see them in the audience. But we have our first annual gala dinner at Biblos Bank Hall this Thursday, September 21st at 6 p.m. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. You know, I want to thank all the board members who have bought tickets and purchased tables. You know, Trustee Sable, I know you didn't want me to say anything, but, you know, thank you for the $5,000 donation that I haven't even given to the foundation yet.
Way to not say anything.
You're not supposed to say nothing.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, that was something, and so the foundation members, I have the check, I promise you I will give it to you. And thank you to everybody, because I believe Trustee Alzayat, I believe all the trustees bought tickets and tables. I know Trustee Alzayat bought a table, I know Trustee Amen bought a table.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, and I know everybody's getting there, so I appreciate all of your support. And I want to thank the ladies that are sitting here. I know I'm going to call you out, and you're going to hate it. Mrs. Raven, I'm going to ruin your last name, so please say it for me. Kakani. Raven Kakani, Mrs. Iman Al-Sayed. You wave your hand. You got to wave your hand. But Mrs. Wallah Hamad, please stand up for a second, because Mrs. Wallah Hamad, I'm going to call her out because when we first wanted to put together this foundation, first off, these ladies jumped on, and there's others that did, but I just see them three right now. Mrs. Wallah Hamad has been, you want to talk about a trooper and a warrior, thank you, with your team. Raven has been there on your side. I know Hood has been there on your side. Look, this foundation isn't for me. This foundation isn't for the board. This foundation is for the kids, and it's going to be nothing but beneficial moving forward. So thank you, ladies, so much. And then our Crestwood High School Athletic Complex. Well, I want to talk about our grand opening. Not our opening, our grand. We all know when a business opens, you have the soft opening and then you have the grand opening. Our grand opening will be September 29th at 6:30 p.m. for our Crestwood High School football homecoming game. We are hoping that everyone can attend. We've sent out invites. This is going to be a phenomenal experience because I just want to reiterate, Trustee Sabo brought it up earlier, and those of you that attended Mr. Rashid Beydoun, thank you for putting the walkthroughs together for all our new classrooms this week at Kinloch, Hillcrest, and Highview. I just want to reiterate, Madam President, if you can, and I apologize that I'm taking so much time, but there's just so many good things happening. We as a school district made some good decisions, I believe.
It's okay, it's what we pay you for.
Thank you. We as a school district made some good decisions, I believe, for our future. We've invested $12 million into, I'm sorry, no, I'm going to say the number wrong, and Penny will correct me. But we added 5 classrooms to Kinloch, 4 classrooms to Highview, 3 classrooms to Hillcrest. We were able to do that with ESSER funding because we had to lower our class sizes. Because as you all know, we had kindergarten, first and second grade students who were sitting in classrooms of 30, 31. Now we've been able to reduce those class sizes to 24, 25. Not only is it healthier for those children, but it's also good economic and educational sense. And we were able to do that through our ESSER funding. And I want to say that with those projects, we were only 3% over budget, when the average school district is at least 10% over budget. So I want to thank Penny Morgan and her team for that work. So thank you, Penny. We just completed, we are getting ready to start. As you saw, the bid was approved for Axiom to enhance and grow our early childhood programming. That is going to be approximately an $8 million job, as you saw in the bid. And again, this is going to be done without asking taxpayers for an additional dollar. Moreover, getting back to our outdoor complex and facilities, that project is almost complete. I know many of you have driven by and seen it, and that was a project that is between 8 and 9 million. The last report we had, we were below budget. We're expecting to be right at or a little bit above budget when it's all over and said and done with. And that project was done solely through our equity fund balance. It did not impact our general fund, and it did not impact our taxpayers. So I want to thank everybody for your patience these last 2 years. As we are, come September of 2024, we will have completed $24 million of infrastructure upgrades in 2 years during COVID, when there was a manpower shortage, and there was a shortage of material. So thank you for your patience, Crestwood community, and thank you, board, for your patience and your trust in us.
Thank you, Dr. Mosallam, much appreciated. We appreciate all the work everybody's doing to keep our district moving forward. At this time, we'll go to public comment. Mr. Secretary?
This meeting of the board is held in public for the purpose of conducting the school district business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda. This is not the time for debate or argument. Do not mention any student or staff names. In order to permit a fair allotment of time to participants, speakers will be limited to 3 minutes. The president may extend this time to 5 minutes per person when needed. Up to a half hour is provided for public input. Direct all questions to the board president. First up, we have Mr. Hassan Al-Haj Hassan, who would like to speak about student sashes for representation.
Come on up, Hassan. I just ask that everybody please try to keep their comments to 3 minutes tonight. I don't plan on extending anybody's time. I know that we have an audience and we have some cards to get through, but I strongly suggest everybody use up the 3 minutes.
Before I begin, I'd like to pass it down.
Sure. Hassan is a student at Crestwood High School, and he wanted to come and talk to the board today about sashes that seniors wear at graduation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hassan, are you going to read this?
Good evening, Dr. Mosallam, esteemed members of the Crestwood School Board, and respected attendees. My name is Hassan Al-Haj Hassan, a current sophomore at Crestwood and a proud product of our school district's academic elite, having once been a member of the National Junior Honor Society at Riverside. But tonight, I am not here to celebrate my academic accomplishments. I am here to advocate for every student, regardless of their academic standing, to have the right to wear graduation stoles or sashes that represent their heritage, culture, or club affiliations. Graduation is not merely a reflection of one's academic journey. It is a celebration of a student's entire high school experience. Our diverse backgrounds, cultures, and personal growth contribute significantly to the rich tapestry of our community. Yet, as I witnessed last year, some of our seniors were taken aside and told that the Palestinian kufiya, sashes, a token of their deep love for their homeland, was against policy. That moment was disheartening. Those sashes aren't just fabric. They're a symbol of identity, love, and pride. It troubles me to think that in a district as diverse and inclusive as ours, we still unintentionally create divisions. By limiting the wearing of sashes to academic accomplishments, we inadvertently send a message that academic achievements are the only accomplishments worthy of public recognition. But what of the students who have faced significant challenges and may not meet the academic threshold of the National Honor Society? Are they any less deserving of recognition? When we talk of unity, of inclusivity, of fostering a community of spirit, we must ask ourselves, how do our policies and decisions reflect those values? Why should the pride of one's culture, heritage, or club affiliation be deemed secondary to academic prowess? Dr. Mosallam and members of this esteemed board, I urge you to reconsider this policy. Our focus should not merely be on creating academically excellent students, but on nurturing well-rounded individuals who are proud of their identities and are celebrated for it. I would also like to request a clear rationale on why a cultural or club sash cannot be worn alongside one denoting academic success. In conclusion, the vision I see for Crestwood is one where every graduate stands tall, wearing sashes that signify their unique journeys, challenges, and proud identities. Let's not strip away these symbols of pride. Let's celebrate every student for all that they represent. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Hassan. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank you, Hassan.
Thank you.
Next.
Next, we have, I don't know if I'm gonna get this right, I'm sorry. Ghad Alber. Okay, Ms. Alberjan wants to talk about the bus routes.
Sure, come on up.
Hi, my name is Geet Al-Bazargan. I'm here. Few parents have complained about this year bus routes. I had spoke with Dean Transportation and also Student Services. Is there a way this year, like Riverside had Last year they had 2 bus runs. This year they only have 1 bus route. So the buses don't go and come back and pick up more students. Is there a way to consider a second run for Riverside or other schools that used to have second run? And another thing also, if there's a Crestwood district student that is listed to take the bus, but they don't take it, can they exchange with another students that they're not able to take the bus? So that's something, if we could swap students, approval by their parents. Like, my son is a senior, he doesn't need to he doesn't need to take the bus. So I know another neighbor lives a little bit down, they're in need of a bus, so parents work. Is there somehow we could consider for other students to take another student place? Now, I don't know, I know with Dean Transportation, there's a contract, I guess they're a third-party company that the Crestwood district hires. Do they need more bus drivers? I know there's a shortage of bus drivers also. So what can we do here in the community to help out those students that are not taking the bus? It looks like a few years ago, you know, I know there's a radius. So how can we solve this problem this year? I know.
So, first of all, thank you for coming
welcome.
forward. We're taking notes of your concerns and your questions. The only thing I ask is, could you please leave contact information with Kristen?
Yes.
So we can get back to you with some answers?
Okay.
But I appreciate you coming and bringing this concern to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mrs. O'Hare will be in touch.
Next?
Next, we have Jim Studdard. He'd like to discuss a few issues across the district. CFT Union President.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Masalam, Dr. Lazar, Ms. Morgan, and Ms. O'Hare. I appreciate you having the opportunity to speak here this evening. My name is Jim Studdard, and I am a teacher at Crestwood High School, and I've been teaching since 1994. I've been a permanent teacher for 27 years, and this is my 28th year teaching. I'm also the president of the Crestwood Federation of Teachers. In the 3.5 years that I've been union president, I've never addressed the board until tonight. There is a very concerning situation at one of the buildings with its leadership. I started an investigation of a couple people back in the middle of August, and it unraveled to at least 12 people who have left this building because of conflict with this particular leader. I have talked to 8 of these individuals who told me their stories. They're willing to give their names and let me share their stories for them. And I'll tell you, it's been unbelievable and heartbreaking, some of these stories. And what I found was a clear pattern of bullying, harassment, and discriminatory behavior. This is why I'm here tonight. I really wanted to impress upon you the gravity of this particular situation. You know, my job is to stand up for our members, and you know, we've lost a lot of great teachers in this district over the last several years, and this has gone on for about 3 years. We just can't afford to lose any more. I do want to mention that the union has a great relationship with our central office administration. I have personal great relationships with Dr. Lazar and Dr. Masalam. But, you know, we've hit a couple bumps in the road over the last year, and, you know, nothing crazy, but I'd like to just leave with a couple suggestions just going forward. Number one, you know, we have this. This is our contract. You know, this is our binding legal document that, you know, we have our parameters, we have our guidelines that we adhere to. We just want to continue dialogue in case there's any new proposals or policies that we can make sure that there's no contractual issues, okay? Number two, we just want to have an equal playing field that's free of favoritism. We want everyone to have equal opportunity and equal treatment. And finally, empathy. I mean, this is one of our big themes this year. You know, us teachers, we work really, really hard. It's just not a job you leave when you leave the building. It's something that we stress about, we worry about. It's all consuming. And so just get to know us a little bit better. You know, we're all here in one boat. We're all in this together. We don't need gossip and rumor to poison people's minds. That creates divisions, that creates animosity, and it creates a lack of trust. I am confident that, you know, me coming here tonight is just to kind of set things right. I'm confident we will move
Sorry,
forward.
Jim. That was the 3 minutes.
And I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming and expressing your concerns. We appreciate it.
Okay, next we have Mr. Hassan Owen. Doesn't have, yeah.
Oh, Allah.
Good afternoon, Sana Yun, public activist. I came over here, I was listening to the kid that's speaking over here about this resolution over here. I think you guys should get his email and sit there and email him or about what you guys think about this. I think it's a great idea. It's only during graduation. It's nothing like, it's the best thing that if a kid comes here, that he, in his mind, that he can sit there and wear something when he graduates. It's only graduation. It's not like he's wearing it all the time. I think that you guys should adopt that recommendation. Second of all, did you guys receive my email regarding the resolution?
No.
Madam Chair?
I did, I responded to you.
I understand. I'm just saying if everybody got it.
Sure.
At this time, I would like to entertain a motion to suspend the rules so you guys can adopt that recommendation. Then the email is sent. Does anybody want to put the motion on the floor?
I didn't receive a resolution.
No email.
I didn't receive
remember
it.
seeing one, no.
I saw you guys on there.
I didn't receive nothing. You forwarded it?
No,
You
I
forwarded
didn't forward it. Mr. Owen put you guys on the email.
When did you send it? Can you suspend the time while we ask questions?
Suspend the
Yeah.
time so I can, hold on. Please, please. Maybe I didn't.
I also did not receive it, but
Can you see when it
Billy,
was sent to you?
Billy sent it to me.
I received it.
Yeah,
When
I
did you
did not
receive it?
either.
It was a couple
Did you
weeks
receive
back.
it?
Yeah, a few
Nope.
weeks back. Do you
Few weeks
remember
back?
the day you sent that? I don't remember.
It says right here, the people I sent.
Anyway, do you want to just summarize it real quick, Hassan?
I'm gonna summarize it real quick, not make what's it called. Therefore, that the school, whereas the school board, the Crestwood School Board District is the most diverse schools in the United States, in which we should proudly embrace its diversity. I am asking at this time that the school board sit there and only allow the American flag, the prisoner of war flag, the state flag, and the city flag, and the Dearborn Heights flag, and the school flag to be flown only. Because we don't need no other group of people sitting here coming to fly the Lebanese flag or any other flag. It doesn't matter what kind of flag. We don't need it over here. This is the United States of America, and we're supposed to be only flying these flags that represent something. That represent the nation, not represent another place. That's all I'm asking at this time, for you guys to adopt this recommendation and take roll call.
I don't think anybody will be doing that tonight.
Okay, do you guys want to sit there and get, what's good? Do you guys think about doing something about this? Hold on, we're not gonna do it tonight, no problem. Does anybody want to put it on the next agenda?
So, Mr. Owen, this is not time for back and forth?
It's not back and forth. Do you
No,
guys
no,
go-
I understand.
I'm gonna ask one question, I want a simple answer. Do you guys go by the Robert Rules of Order? Yes or no? Madam Chair? You go by the Robert Rules of
We
Order?
go by the Open Meetings Act.
It's not the open meetings. You go by the Robert Rules of Order. In the Robert Rules of Order, I am allowed to ask the board, would somebody like to adopt this and put it on the next agenda? And I'm getting a no answer, right? So that means you guys don't want to adopt this. That's what it looks like. I'm going to get the back and forth, the back and forth. I don't need no back and forth. Does anybody want to adopt this and put it on the next agenda? It takes one person to say yeah, and it's on the next agenda. That's all I ask.
Are we engaging, or do you want us to answer, or are we not engaging? Madam Chair, this is,
I mean, this is not a time for
Okay, then I guess I
questions
can't
and
answer, okay.
answers. But
Does anyone,
you will-
all you're going to say is I adopt it and it goes on the next agenda. Why are we going back and forth over here? You go by the Robert Rules of Order. That's what in the Robert Rules of Order. You want me to bring it to you? I should have brought it with me to show you guys what the Robert Rules of In the Robert Rules of Order, it says, indicates clearly that what takes one person to adopt it, and the chair, Madam Chair, will sit there and put it on the next agenda. We're having problems at this Crestwood schools. That's the problem. We're having problems at Crestwood schools. Okay? Like they send me all the time, this is what's happening in Crestwood. Flags are being, in the classes.
That was the 3-minute buzzer. But I do appreciate you sending the email. I do appreciate your comments.
Yeah, but the thing
and I
is,
do appreciate
you guys are mute
attention.
like everybody else. Everybody's mute. When it comes, yeah, we're gonna do something, you guys don't do it. That's the problem. You guys are mute. That's the problem. That's the problem that people are having, mute. You guys are scared. You can't be scared. We voted you in here.
Next speaker.
Next, we have Mr. Zuhair Abdul Haq.
Good evening, Zuhair Abdul Haq, 354 Rosemary. I have a couple issues I want to talk about. The first one is the Arabic language and the French and the Spanish, all the foreign languages. Where does the district start teaching foreign languages to our students? Which grade? Do we start at the 11th grade, or we start at the 5th, or?
I can answer that quickly. We start in middle school, so it's 7th grade is when it starts.
So we teach all the languages from the 5th grade and up.
7th grade and up.
7th grade. Is there any way we can start at the 5th? Because I believe that's when really the students start learning a second language and they have enough time to master it by the time they graduate. I hope you consider that and you start adapting it from the...
I can reach out to you and explain to you why we start in 7th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because they started, the previous administration, they started at the 11, which didn't make sense to me whatsoever.
No, we increased the number in middle school, but I'll give you a call and explain why we do it in 7th. So, because it'll make more, it's a detailed explanation.
The second issue, which bothers me very much actually, is the food. Can you explain to the public why we have free lunch for every student in the district? Even some people have $1 million home or $2 million homes, and they still enjoy, that their kids get free lunch. It bothers me that some people feel like if you have $1 million home, your kid shouldn't get free lunch. And when my kids were in middle school, they come and ask me, Dad, why we don't have that card which that guy goes and get the free lunch? They thought it was a privilege, something, big, that they don't pay for the lunch while they are paying. So please explain to the public, especially those who are complaining outside, why we have this system.
Can I just ask that he answer your questions after your time is up? That way we can just keep rolling with the meeting instead of going back and forth. Zuhair.
That is fine, I don't mind.
Thank you. They'll
Okay.
take notes of whatever you're asking.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Okay. Dr. Mosallam, can you explain real quick about the free lunch program?
Yeah, and Penny Morgan, please help me where I may be incorrect. The state, I don't remember which year, passed a bill. There was a bill.
It's been quite a while,
Yeah.
but more recently, the community eligibility program has spread throughout districts. So realistically, probably 70% of the districts in the state of Michigan are really free and reduced for all districts. Typically what it is they look at the low incomes and different aspects of that, and if your district is a certain percentage, then your whole district is free.
So if I can add to that, as of last year, we were 82% free and reduced lunch, which means that 82% of the population in the Crestwood School District lives at or below the poverty line. And a lot of times what happens is, and this is something that I explained to the board as well, over the last decade, that number has grown each and every year. And a lot of people, there is a perception. You see certain people driving certain cars, you see certain people living in certain homes, and you think, well, why is this whole district? Well, because again, as Ms. Morgan mentioned, because we have such a high number of free and reduced lunch, that we become a district-wide free and reduced lunch district. So the benefit behind that is that every child gets breakfast, every child gets lunch. And it's beneficial for our children. And there are several districts around the state. Actually, I was in a superintendent's meeting this week. The Northville School District, they have a very high economic background. They are 100% free and reduced lunch as well. So it's not just, areas where people live that have low income. It can be based on your number. You can get it as an entire district. So there's a misconception that there's fraud. It's not fraud. You're very welcome.
All right, so I think we're at the point in the meeting where we'll go to board comments. Trustee Sabo?
I get to go first. All right, thank you. Congratulations on the completion of all the projects. Looking forward to Cherry Hill going smoothly, hopefully. Again, just watching what Axiom has been able to do at 3 of the 4 projects that are live right now has been phenomenal on time. And I know they've been able to, with Mr. Jamal Al, been able to save us quite a bit of money based on one of the meetings we had. Homecoming, September 29th, obviously is a big deal here for not just the football team, not just the band, but the entire community. I know there's a homecoming parade that'll start, I believe, at Warren, Dr. Masalam, Warren all the way to the high school. So hopefully everybody can stand and cheer on the sides. And I want to thank Dr. Lazar, not that I don't want to thank Ms. O'Hara or Penny, but every meeting, I can't imagine how many interviews or how many recommendations you read on a weekly basis. One of the biggest complaints in corporate America and in the business world right now is the difficulty of finding quality employees. Yet you seem to find them consistently. So I wanted to thank you for all your hard work on that.
It's a
Thank
team
you.
effort. I can't do it by myself.
I understand. You're the person sitting here. I thank the entire team, but I want to thank you specifically.
Thank you. Trustee Williamson?
I'll be quick. I just want to, I did get a chance to tour the 3 elementary schools, and I must say that it was a wondrous job you all did, including all the teachers and everything. So I want to thank you for allowing me to do that, and that's all I got for today.
Thank you. Trustee Berry?
I was able to tour 2 of the elementary schools, and they were nice. I just wish that we had that air conditioning in there since we had already started it. That would have been a good time to do it. And I was able to come to open house at Riverside. I loved what I saw. I loved the involvement. And to the teachers, I recognize a lot of you from having my children. Thank you so much for being here. We love to see and hear from you. So don't ever hesitate to come and see us. Thank you.
Go ahead. Trustee Amen.
Just want to say congratulations to the Education Foundation with the upcoming gala on Thursday. I'm actually very happy that we started an education foundation for Crestwood. I know it does a lot of work and helps out, teachers and students alike, so that's pretty big. Also, the new field is looking great. We got home from our Friday game against Garden City and saw the lights on, and the boys just went crazy. Today, myself and Vice President Beydoun were staring at the scoreboard as I kept chanting defense for us. So we're looking forward to that. Also, the new classrooms look amazing. Very happy that we finished that and completed that.
Which new classrooms did you see?
I saw Hillcrest.
Oh.
The best classroom is at what school?
I saw Hillcrest. Yeah, congratulations on the new classroom, and just looking forward to strong year. And like what Mo said, thank you for all the work you guys do with the staff that we've been bringing in. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Beydoun?
First of all, thank you for everyone coming out. I love the interaction. I love people coming up to speak. Definitely, we're not perfect, but we're trying to march in that direction. I doubt we'll ever be perfect, nor anybody's perfect, but growing pains, as you call it, right? I think Trustee Sabal said it before, growing pains. We have to get through some things to get better. I would ask our speakers to email this information to the board, because a lot of the board members, like Hassan, I don't know if you emailed this, but if you didn't, please email it to the whole board so we have it. Mr. Owen, please email your resolution as well, because a lot of board members say they didn't receive it. This is very important for us to look at, read it, understand it before it goes into anything, any agenda, any vote. It's a preliminary data, we like to call, right? Also, you know, I echo the board members' comments, especially Trustee Amen. It was really cool out there today when I pulled up to practice and I seen all the kids just lined up and they're all at awe, just looking out there. And I couldn't figure out what they were looking at because there's a crane next to my truck. And when I get out and I look, and then I seen what the beautiful view of all the hard work and, you know, money that went into that facility. I mean, really kudos to everybody involved, and kudos to this board and this administration for making it happen. Long overdue. Our community has deserved this for over 20 years. So I just want to say thank you to everybody involved.
Thank you. Trustee Fawaz?
Thank you. So, not to repeat everything they all said, but I am really excited about the athletic field. It looks so nice. Very excited for upcoming homecoming parade, so hopefully you can all join us. Congratulations to the Riverside football team last week for winning. That was a big win for them. And I know the girls had volleyball today, and I know they were beating Romulus, but I don't know what the final score was. Hopefully they won on that. And then, like, for bus, I know there's a lot of growing pains, but I know that that situation will keep getting better. And then just a reminder again for this Thursday, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, for the foundation for the first gala. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So I get to say everything you guys didn't, which is nothing. But I do want to say I did get a chance to go to the 3 elementary schools that are adding the classrooms. And I said this earlier in our study session. I wanted to say again, it was such a joy to see the excitement of everybody with these new classrooms. And I think they look phenomenal. The teachers were excited. The parents were excited. We were excited. But most of all, the people who were most excited were the students, and they took such pride that those were their classrooms, and even the fact that something was happening in their schools, because there were some students who that isn't their classroom, but they just go to the school, and they were just happy that something positive and nice was happening in their buildings, and they absolutely loved it, and I loved to see it. So I also did want to say thank you very much for coming out. I spoke at the elementary schools when we did the classroom grand openings, and I'll just repeat a little bit of what I said. And I said that I know we're not always going to agree, right? So you can't bring so many people to a table where everybody's going to agree on what the absolute best thing is, because everybody has their own opinions, everybody has their own priorities. But I know that one thing that we can all agree on, and one priority that we do have, is to move the district forward in a positive way for nobody other than the students. They are our first priority, and of course we always want to support our staff. Without the staff, we can't keep our buildings running. So I wanted to thank Dr. Mosallam, and I wanted to thank the team here, because I know that you guys make all that happen, and I know that we have a lot of Crestwood staff in our audience today. And I don't mean high school staff only, I mean Crestwood District and general staff. And I wanted to thank you all for coming. It's nice to see your faces here today at this meeting. So thank you very much, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, motion to adjourn by trustee Sabah, supported by trustee Baydoun. Any discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed?